Hey guys, it's Jennietta from the Pixie Post, and I'm back with a different type of video today. It's in response to a video I saw earlier that really inspired me, and it's kind of the foundation of why I do what I do. It was Zoltan's video, otherwise known as PH1102, on the Hive blockchain, and he uploaded a video today about not living in fear. And it was a very powerful message. I have it linked below if you want to see that. I think it's really important to talk about these things. Sometimes we're a little worried about putting it out there because we don't want to display negative content or trigger anyone that might be going through a tough time. And believe me, I don't want this video to do that either. But with that being said, he had a lot of valid points. A lot of us have encountered the pandemic in many different ways. Some of us have been more impacted than others. But regardless, we've all been affected by it. And the quarantine probably didn't help very much. Speaking as someone who is susceptible more than other people to contracting the virus, I'm still pretty healthy overall, but I do deal with chronic pain. I do have severe asthma, and due to a hospitalization I had 2 years ago, it really brought down my immune system. So of course I have to be careful, and there are many people who do have to be that way. There's nothing wrong with that, and he wasn't saying that either. None of us are. If you really have to protect yourself, do that. Take care of yourself and yours. However, there comes to a point when we do need to stop living in fear. And like I said, the quarantine didn't help any, so we couldn't go out. We were basically cut off from human contact completely, except for the people we were quarantined with. And it really, really changed a lot of people. Some have awakened, which is a positive thing, but some have also been triggered in the worst way possible due to anxiety, depression, not knowing when it will end, and having a strong fear of that. And you combine that with the main media streams going on, pumping more fear. A lot of the news is either fake or altered in some way to produce more fear in everybody, and fake numbers too, because the numbers never really added up. The data was never on point. And with all of that combined, it really made for a horrible few months. But now things are starting to open a little bit, depending on where you are. Some of the quarantines have been totally lifted. Some are going in phases, like Nevada's going through second phase. We're very slow to open, but we're slowly starting to come back from it. Even when you still go out, you still have to wear a mask. You have to social distance 6 feet. And that's really hard because it's kind of against our human nature. We're not used to that. However, I'm not saying we shouldn't do that, but sometimes I feel enough is enough. Outside of taking common sense safety precautions, and even if you're not sick, protect the others around you and have that respect. But outside of that, when does it end? Sometimes we have to take our power back. And I'm really, really an advocate for looking within yourself and finding the truth, because that's the only place you're going to find it. And when you live in fear, that is all you're going to manifest. Because the more you focus on the fear, that whole energy vibe, that's all you're going to attract. And you will see that. You already are experiencing that if you're in that. But when you come out of the energy of fear and go into the place of love and stepping outside of that energy, then you'll start manifesting better things in your life. You'll start attracting more positive energy. And there are a few ways you can do this other than just looking within, which is definitely an important thing to do. Also, turn off the news. Now, I've emphasized this in a few of my videos, and I don't want to sound harpy or anything because it's not where I'm coming from. But please, open your eyes and turn off the news. Now, being a trader, I do have to skim the headlines. Sometimes I have to watch 5 minutes of the news, unfortunately, just to see what's going on. I don't want to be totally ignorant, and that's okay. But I'm not reacting to it. I'm just aware of it. And I also can pick up on the lies too, and the fake news a lot more than I used to. And maybe that's part of my own awakening progression. So please, don't take everything at face value. Use your own mind. Think for yourself. Because if all you do is sit in front of the TV watching the news 24/7 or even several hours of it every single day, you are being conditioned to be controlled. That is all it is. It's a sense of control. It's a form of control they're using. Whoever they is, the higher ups, whoever's behind all this. The people we don't see. So another way you can combat this, other than turning off the news, which is my number one recommendation, is to surround yourself around positive people and positive light. It could be in person, but if you're still being quarantined, a lot, kind of how I am, I'm not really going out much either. Find it online. Start reading a book. Start a new hobby. Dive into that dream you've always wanted to do, that you can do. And it's amazing what it'll do to shift your perspective into a better one, into a more vibrant one. And you'll start going out of that fear. And when that fear and anxiety kicks in, you'll be able to step outside of that and look at that and go, okay, why am I being triggered that way? Why am I feeling this way? And don't punish yourself for it. It's a natural human condition. It's part of the ego, defending us. But don't stay there. Be more proactive with it. Switch your direction. Switch your thought process. Switch to doing something else that will help you get out of that funk. It could be taking a walk. It could be talking to a friend that you really trust. It could be journaling. It could be meditation. Whatever it is, do it. Do it to take care of yourself and better yourself. Because the more we give in to this fear, the more we stay in resistance and the more we stay controlled. And none of us want to be controlled. It is time for us to say enough is enough. We're not having it anymore. And I, for one, am stepping out of that. It's been quite a few months. I've been in and out of anxiety, but the past month I've been feeling lighter and better and knowing that this is not all there is. This is just an illusion. Now, the virus is real. I'm not saying that. But if we live in fear all the time, that's not living. That's just staying stuck in control. So I don't want to go on and on and on, but that really got me to speak up. And if you want to speak up, do not be afraid to speak up. Speak your truth. But don't do it to the detriment of yourself or to others. Empower yourself and empower people to get out of that matrix of control. Because we are all here to share love and light. And as cheesy as it sounds, it's more powerful than fear can ever be. So, anyway, that's my Saturday ramble, if you will. I love you all. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. But remember, always, always remember this, if anything else. To know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste.